Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And so today what we're going to be working on is we're going to be working on the art of using transitions. So generally speaking, we've been in our assembly panel for all of the first two lessons, and we've talked about what to do inside the assembly panel. Today what we're going to do is we're going to venture over to this thing called the editing workspace, and I'm going to click on that right there at the top, and you're going to see that it's going to kind of go into a different view. You're going to have your program view right here, and then down here you'll have your timeline of all of the little pieces of video footage that you've put in here. And then over here you'll have your project panel, and there's several other panels behind your project panel as well. But we'll get into that a little bit more later. And then up here you're going to have your source monitor and your effects control. Effects control, probably not going to mess with too much today, but it's right up here. And this is your basic editing workspace. So to start off our basic editing workspace, we've got all of our little pieces of footage the way that we want them. So today what we're going to do is we're going to add transitions. The first thing that you always kind of open up with, generally speaking, when you have a video is you always start from like maybe a fade to black or a dip to black, open with a black area. So I'm going to use these overflow bars arrows, and I'm going to come on down here to where it says effects. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to open up this little effects panel, and I'm going to type right in here, or actually I'm just going to come down to where it says video transitions. I'm going to use this little arrow, and I'm going to open up video transitions, and all of these folders have different transitions in them. If you know the name of the transition you want to use, you can type it in your search bar. If you don't know, then you're going to have to hunt through all of these little folders. I know what transition name I want to use, and I'm going to call it, it's called dip to black. And you can see when I just put in a couple letters, DIP, black comes right up. So I'm going to use this dip to black. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to hold my click. I'm going to drag it, and I'm going to drop it onto the first clip where I want to put this dip to black. Now, when I play it, watch what happens. It's going to start off black, and it's going to fade in from black to full screen. Now, if I want to adjust the amount of time that I have my dip to black, that transition that's right there, I can double click on that little transition, and I can reset the time. I can say, okay, I want this to be 1 second. I can put 100 for 1 second and press OK. So now that dip to black went to 1 second. So now let me show you how to do that. So that was 1 second long. Now, if you want to, you can play over here a little bit, and you can say, hey, let's make that maybe 2 seconds. Right? So let's see what that looks like. All right, and that's your dip to black 2 seconds long. Now, another thing you can do is you can look at different transitions. Ms. Dobmeyer can't see any other transitions because that's all you're showing because you have the search bar set to dip. Well, that's just easy. Press the little X here. That goes away, and I can come back down to the transitions and toggle open the folder, and I can look at different types of transitions. So play around with these transitions because all you have to do is drag one and drop it right in. Okay. Once you drop it in, you can use your CTI and move it over here and press the space bar and see what happens. If you don't like that transition, all you have to do is click on it and press delete. Now let's try the flip over. I'm going to come back, I'm going to put the flip over in there. I'm going to double click it. Maybe I want to take this transition and stretch it onto the other clip. So it goes from one clip to the other. All right, I can watch this and see how that goes. If I don't like the flip, I can click on it and delete it. Let's try something else. I'm going to toggle this folder close, and I'm going to open the next one, dissolve. I'm going to use the additive dissolve. I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to roll over it. So it kind of just like goes from one to the next. Let's just make that a little bit longer in time so we can see what it does. Pretty nice. I like that additive dissolve. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go to the next one. Let's see what a cross dissolve does. Move this between two clips. Go like this. Looks similar to the additive, but a little more smooth. Okay, I'd like you to go through all of these transitions and all of these folders, and I'd like you to make notes of each transition and what it does. And that's what you're going to do today. You're going to focus on transitions. You can highlight your favorite transitions that you use and have a lot of fun. Have a great day and good luck.